to work for the first time, she ran straight to the curb to stop a limousine, all because she wanted to find herself a rich father. The woman thought the car had hit her daughter, and immediately rushed forward to confront the car owner. But as soon as she opened the car door, the little girl leaped into the CEO's arms first, excitedly shouting, "Daddy! I finally found you." The CEO assumed the mother and daughter were scammers. The woman quickly pulled the child out of the car. However, when she inadvertently glanced at the CEO's leg, she sensed something unusual, so she directly reached out and pulled up his pant leg to check. She discovered that his leg was crippled due to being entangled by evil energy. The woman claimed she could cure his leg for just $1,000. Hearing this, the CEO was even more convinced she was a fraud. He immediately ordered them to CEO's attention. The little girl immediately put up, warning the CEO to take them home at once, or else his grandmother would soon die. The CEO was surprised that such a young child could be a con artist, but in the next second, his phone suddenly rang. He was informed that his grandmother had suffered a stroke and was critically ill. He had no choice but to bring the mother and daughter home for now, while the CEO's grandfather anxiously prayed for the grandmother's survival. His younger brother coldly suggested cremating her as soon as possible. Grandfather had no choice but to place all his hopes on the crippled CEO. Before the CEO could speak, the little girl keenly noticed that the flowers in the vase had been tampered with. She decisively pointed out that the grandmother's illness was no accident, but rather caused by evil forces. Yet no one believed her words, assuming she was just a little fraudster trying to scam money. The little girl unhesitatingly pulled out a yellow talisman, chanted an incantation, and then threw the talisman toward the vase. In an instant, a dark aura dissipated into nothingness. The younger brother was dumbfounded, seeing his chance at inheritance ruined by the little girl. He was instantly enraged and swung his palm at her, but the CEO caught his hand in time. The little girl cheered happily, calling the daddy powerful. Everyone was shocked to learn that the CEO had a child. Seeing that the grandmother was on the verge of death, the younger brother's wife accused the CEO of being a curse, claiming that he not only brought death to his parents but was now killing the grandmother as well. Hearing this, the CEO's evil energy intensified again. The little girl immediately used magic to seal the sister-in-law's mouth. Moments later, the grandmother suddenly regained consciousness, but the CEO noticed that she was extremely weak. The little girl calculated that the grandmother only had 1 year left to live. Just as the younger brother was rejoicing, the little girl pulled out her smartwatch and dialed the King of Hell. She asked him to extend the grandmother's life by 20 years. The younger brother and his wife thought she was crazy, but in the next second, the grandmother's health miraculously improved, and she felt as if she had become 20 years younger. At this moment, the grandfather recalled that a master once predicted that the CEO would only live to 30, but there was a woman who could break this curse. Suspecting it was the woman before him, the grandfather immediately arranged for her to marry the CEO, and offered a $50 million dowry. The woman agreed without hesitation, because her master had told her that the CEO's fate was cursed to bring disaster to his family. Her purpose in coming down the mountain this time was to lift the CEO's curse. Otherwise, her daughter's life would also be in danger. The woman wanted to treat the CEO's legs with acupuncture, but he refused, so she began refining a special medicine instead. The little girl followed her mother to work